In this video, we're going to be explaining this function and graph problem from Algebra 1. The problem statement says, suppose f of 3 equals 4. Name a point that must be on the graph of y equals f of x plus 4. Enter your answer as an ordered pair. So what we're dealing with here is a combination of finding the graph of a function and transformation of function graphs. Now, while we don't need to actually find the graph of a function in this problem, we still do need to take into account the important rules for the transformation of the graph of a function. So we know that this function f, when the value x equals 3 is input into it, we get a value of y is 4. That's how functions work. The input is referred to as x when you graph it, and the output is whatever the y value is. That's the output. So basically what they're saying here is they're telling us that the point 3, 4 is on the graph of the function, because we know that when the input or x-axis is set to 3, we get a y-axis of 4, 3, 4 on the graph. It makes sense that would be a point on the graph of the function. So now they want to know, name a point that must be on the graph of y equals f of x plus 4. So it's the same exact function, but we're doing something different. We have a plus 4 on the end here, and this is called a function transformation. So what they're doing is they're transforming the function 4 units up on the y-axis. So in this case, if you have a plus 4 outside of the function definition, it's going to mean a change on the y-axis. And since it's a plus 4, this is intuitive, and you get an increase of 4 on the y-axis. So that's what this is saying. Basically, f of x plus 4, the graph of that is 4 units up from the graph of f of 3 equals 4. That basically, that other graph you're talking about. So then, all we have to do is change this point, because we know 3, 4 was a point on the graph of the previous graph, the original one. Then we simply add 4 to the y-coordinate, because we're going up 4 to find the new point on the separate graph, which gives us 3, 8. So that is 1 point on the graph of y equals f of x plus 4, and we found that via the function transformation principles, because we have a plus 4 here. That means we're going up 4 on the y-axis, further upwards. So 3, 4 is going to become 3, 8, just like 0, 2 would become 0, 6. So that's how you would solve that question on Algebra 1 and function transformations and function graphs and algebraic functions in Algebra 1.